When I come to the Neighborhood Profile tab in Realist, I get a variety of information on neighborhood demographics, nearby schools, and nearby businesses. So first, I have information from the U.S. Census Bureau. Keep in mind that the census is taken every 10 years. One was taken in 2010, another will be taken in 2020. So this data does become somewhat out of date pretty quickly. And in 2010, the population trends and the growth rates in Florida were very different than what they are today. But I see for the zip code 33761 in this case, the estimated population and the population growth, population density, median age, number of households. And even though the census is taken every 10 years, there are some updates, there are some projections that occur in between each census. So we do see in this case the projected growth since 2010. We see a histogram of age distributions, along with the gender breakdown and the marital status of residents of households in this zip code. We see information on the median home sale price and the median year built in the zip code, the resident turnover, the occupancy breakdowns in terms of owner-occupied, rented, or vacant, rent data, workforce breakdowns, household income breakdowns, both a histogram showing the distribution along with the average household income for all earners in the household, and the per capita income, total income divided by number of residents in the zip code. Information about the commute method, driving to work versus taking public transportation, working from home, and weather. We have education data, both an educational climate index along with the highest level of education attained. And once again, underneath each unique measure, there is a description of what this measure is. Keep in mind that when looking at census data, that we will not use this data to in any way, shape, or form steer buyers to a neighborhood based on any classifications protected under the Fair Housing Act. But this gives us just an overview of the zip code, who lives there, who the market might be. So it's a good source for market research. Under schools, we see the nearby schools, not necessarily the zone schools. For each school, we have a link to the school's website, distance from the subject, the grades served at that school, number of students and student per teacher ratio, along with a schooldigger.com rating. The schooldigger.com rating is on a scale of 1 to 5 and it is based on how students perform on state standardized tests. For some schools, we even have a community rating on a scale of 1 to 5 stars showing how stakeholders rate the school. There's a section for public elementary schools, public middle and high schools, and for private schools. Private schools do not have the schooldigger.com rating, as most private schools do not take state standardized tests. We have a businesses section where it breaks local businesses down into several categories and shows us what is nearby the subject property. Nearby eating and drinking, food and dining establishments, nearby automotive services, gas stations, mechanics, civic associations, healthcare, all sorts of things. And on the bottom of this report, I can modify the display. I can take out the demographics, the schools, or the local businesses. Or if I modify the search, I can choose how far out do I want to go for schools? What types of schools do I want to pull? How far out do I want to go for businesses? And how many businesses do I want to pull? And which categories do I want to view? So that can be done under the Modify menu. And once again, I can either print, save, or email this report or this along with other reports.